Okay, so here we go with part 3. This is about how to do a RULA assessment. It's a standardized ergonomic assessment. And we're going to be doing one of these on the final exam. And you'll also be doing these in your sims. So need to know how to do these. It involves a little bit of math. It's a little bit, make your head spin a little bit at first, but they're very, very doable. So try to follow along best you can on how to do these. First thing you need to do is to watch this video. It's a YouTube video of somebody cleaning a bathroom, and you need to score them off the video using this RULA. Let me walk you through how to score them. First thing to keep in mind when you're scoring the person, be super picky, find out where they're doing the worst. If they do something at the worst even just once, score them for that. It's not the majority of the time. It's where they do something just once at their worst. Step 1, it's their arm. If they're above 90 degrees is the worst. If they're reaching above when she's cleaning, does she ever reach above 90 degrees? It's a 4. If her shoulder is raised, like is she elevating her shoulder? Does she abduct her shoulder to the side? You're going to add 2 more. And then your score here would be like potentially 6. The highest you can get, and you put a 6 right here. So I would suggest printing this off and then scoring it with a pencil as you go along with the video. Second one is the lower arm position, kind of where the gray is where they're reaching. If they're here, they're reaching up and reaching down low, and if they're reaching outside, outside that power zone, reaching kind of way out, you're talking 2 and then 3. Crossing midline, another one, so they could potentially score as much as 3 points here. So if you had a 6, your 3 would be there. And then it's the wrist position, how much flexion in the wrist do they have, flexion and extension, and how much deviation do they have. With that wrist score, they could score as much as 4. This is where their wrist score goes here. It's color-coded. Each of the where he's going to score. Wrist twist, which is kind of pronation, supination, their version of pronation, supination. How much twist is there, pronation, supination? Potentially 1 or 2 is the score there. Get the posture score from steps, and you're kind of adding them together there, adding the muscle use score. There's a lot of repetitions, so you're adding 1 there. I'll show you how to add these scores together in a second. Is there a load, a heavy load? There isn't. In the case with the cleaning the bathroom, it's just wash rags, that sort of thing. And you use this table here. And then coming over here, again, you're watching the video. Where is her neck? Is her neck flexing and extending to these extremes? Is it +3, +4? Is her neck twisting, side bending? Where's she getting for a neck score? The next potentially highest score she get is a 6 down here. Her trunk, is she flexing way over with her trunk? Is she twisting, side bending? With her trunk score, she could get as much as 6 again. The legs, are they unsupported or not supported? 2 is the highest you could get there. And then we're looking up our scores on the table there, this table here, table B. Again, is there a lot of repetitive motion, which there is with the cleaning, +1. There isn't much of a load, this is a 0. And then we're going back to this column to get our total score to see if she is at high risk. So what I'd like you to do is to watch the video, print off the RULA, and score it the best you can. Struggle through it, score it, and then we'll look at my score here. If I came up with a score, let me get it, so I can get at that score here. Alright, so here's my score. Let's see if I can get this thing to get into the picture here. Alright, I think you should be able to see that. This is it's a better image. It's the same thing. So see, I scored a 6. So I felt like she was reaching way up. She was abducting and elevating her shoulder, so she was a 6. So I put the 6 here. The wrist, the lower arm, she was definitely in extremes with that. Crossing midline at 3 there. Wrist position, definitely a lot of extreme wrist flexion extension, crossing midline. So with the wrist, she was a 4 there. high score. Pronation, supination, I had her doing a lot of that as well. Just a lot of wrist movements with the cleaning and the scrubbing. So she was a 2 with that one. So we have our 6, 3, 4, and 2. 6 down here brings you down. That's where you hit that 3 right there. This 4 brings you over here and hit that 2 in that category. And then you connect them together like this. So you have a score of 9 right there. There goes your 9 plus 1 for the repetitive motion, so it's 10. And you're coming up here, it's 8 plus, it's beyond the scale. As high as you can get is an 8. So that's the left side of the scoring. And then the right side, the neck scoring, she's doing extremes with the neck flexion for sure. I didn't see a lot of neck extension. You could probably argue that she did that as well. But she's scoring high again on that 6. She's really high off the charts for all this stuff. Shows you how high risk this job is. A lot of excessive trunk flexion, I thought. Trunk twisting, again, high score there, 5. I could give her a 6 as well. Legs are not supported, so she's a 2. Again, connecting the numbers, she's a 9. It's repetitive, plus 1. And then we're going over here. I didn't put the scores in, but she be a 7 here, and we're connecting it right down here, so it should be a 7. So there's the 7 there, there's the 8, connecting the lines. She's a 7, 7, investigate and implement change. So real score is a 7, so she's high risk. You may have not exactly had a 7, but you should have had something very, very similar to that. Okay, so we'll do these more in the lab and go over these more in the lab, but you need to get these down for the final exam.